Hi, Grant. I didn't realize you were supposed to do like a commercial type thing for this, and none of the farms that I know of could work with me today. So I decided that the best case scenario would be to walk you around my farm and just point out all the really unsafe things that my family does that we would definitely have to change if we were like a commercial farm or something. So to start, we have these like super janky and like rickety looking sheds right here that like we actually store stuff in and go in, and they probably could fall at any time. Along with this one that's like actually slanted and has been up since 1930s. Yeah, I used to be a blacksmith. It's kind of cool. So this tree that I'm standing under is actually probably going to fall soon too. It's dying. It has a branch fall at least once a year, so we just don't park cars underneath of it. So to really show you just how broken down these buildings are, this is the backside of the blacksmith. So as you can see, like wood is deteriorating. Typically, we find a lot of animals in there, so it's pretty scary to walk into. As I walk towards the back of the barn, we have an area for our cows, and it's pretty muddy right now, and they could definitely get hurt. But we found out, well, my parents' generation found out the hard way that rocks in muddy areas only break ankles and don't actually add to the safety for the cows. But here's the area. So it's pretty muddy. Like they manage, but as you can see, there's a huge puddle right there and whatnot. So it's pretty sketchy. I'm gonna walk over to the barn right now to show you how unsafe our barn is, but yet we let children run around all the time. I don't know if you can see that well, but I'll try really hard. So for starters, there's an electrical box over there that if you touch, you will get shocked. There's just like a lot of stuff around that could be flammable. I mean, there is chemicals in here that could light on fire, and there is hay, so it's not the safest. And then hopefully you can still see. Walk you over to our stairs for our barn. Like I don't know if you can like see them that well, but as you can see, they're very unsafe. As kids, we were growing up, they taught us to go down backwards. Like it was a ladder because you would just fall all the time, and yeah, really unsafe. And then I'll tell you the last thing that we consider unsafe, but I've only had a few accidents with. That would be my donkey, Coco, telling me that she is hungry. They're not too happy about getting taken off of their feeding schedule. Okay, so this is upstairs in my barn. And like I said, it's a pretty old barn, but we've kind of redone it so it doesn't fall down. Well, right now it's tied off to the side, but we have this like rope swing that comes out in the middle, and as kids, you would swing off the hay and whatnot. Well, we've definitely had a few accidents getting tied around kids' ropes or around their necks and then pulling them down. We have a couple kids fall, but they're fine. We also have a hay elevator that is pretty old, and we do harvest hay every year and put it in the barn up here. As you can see, most of it's gone. That's all that's left. And we sell some too. So I guess it's kind of commercial, maybe? Not really. But we have this hay elevator that probably should be stored safer. It's not really that safe. And like I said, since we do have a lot of kids coming up here, sometimes somebody might fall. But we've gotten lucky so far. So my farm is very unsafe, and we could definitely do more to improve it. And we have been taking steps to do that. Like I said, we are in the process of restructuring all the old buildings, and we're trying to figure out a proper drainage system for the back of the barn where the puddle was, because we don't like the cows being back there during the wintertime, especially calves. You can get stuck really easily and like have a mama cow step on them or fall over, and then they're just done. And nobody's home, so we don't know. Um, yeah, and our fire extinguishers haven't been serviced in 9 years, and that's a problem. But my dad likes to think that it's not because we have a lot of faucets and hoses everywhere. But slowly but surely, we will probably get safer and safer. We bought a new lawnmower, which is, I would say, another step because our old one caught on fire quite often, and it was just part of the risk of mowing the lawn. But yeah, so thanks for a great term. I hope you learned how unsafe family farms are. Basically, everybody thinks that like commercial is bad, but really it's those family farms that I bet are getting most of the lawsuits and damages because they're not as safe as commercial farms because commercial farms have regulations and rules. So, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Thanks. Bye.